Hello,
Hey,
everybody.
how's it going, everybody? It's Champ right here. You know, the best in the world,
Yeah, you're CM Pink.
right there,
That's what you are.
right there. Best
Tonight
in the
we're
world.
CM Purple. See what we did there?
Seeing purple.
CM Purple. That's us. Like CM Punk's
We're seeing a lot of
cousins.
things. That was an interesting segment, as we will allude to. If you guys missed our AEW All Out review, don't forget to check that out on the channel. A fantastic show. Still the champ again, right here, your boy.
Champion.
But we're getting into some AEW Dynamite, and tonight was AEW Dynamite, or I guess last night, because of what time it is. Basically, Wednesday night Dynamite, you know what it is. Your boys watched it. We're going to update all of you. We're going to give you the skinny, the rundown. You know what it is. So why don't we just hop into it? Jeff, what do we got up first on the agenda?
What do we got up first? Well, how did the show start off tonight? We started off with the match between Malachi Black and Dustin Rhodes, as they say. It was the opener, and Dustin never ceases to amaze me. At his age, he went every step of the way with Malachi, and he didn't even like Malachi didn't even you didn't even see him go easy on him. You know what I'm saying? So it was a very physical match.
It was Dustin doing that. He's the best he's ever been. The crowd even chanted, "You still got it," or whatever it was during the match. And I mean, he put on, like you said, they put on a phenomenal match. This is the best match that Malachi Black has had so far. And like you said, very, very physical, very hard hitting, but it's what you expect from these two guys.
Oh, I agree 100%. Good match. I found it funny, as always. Whenever a Rhodes is in a match, they will bleed, and it was no different tonight. Dustin did a little mouth bleeding, as if Malachi Black literally broke his face. But we all know the kick actually hit him in the back.
Right. Well, no. So the blood actually happened before that. It actually happened because he actually hit his face on the corner of the ring post. That was not the ring post. The thing that was exposed.
Yeah, the exposed turnbuckle. Yeah,
the exposed turnbuckle. He actually hit his mouth on that. You could see he hit his mouth on that because it was bleeding before the kick to the face, and they even said he got kicked in the back of the head. Because I find it funny because like he's attacked everybody after their match, everybody, and he left Dustin alone.
Well, he's already bleeding out of his face, and
so that's why I'm saying like he clearly that was not intentionally done. He saw him, he's like, all right, I guess I made him bleed. Like I'm just gonna keep moving on my day. I won. Have a nice day. But they did announce what you expected, September 22nd.
Yeah,
your boy's coming back.
Sad.
Do you think this ends the run of Malachi Black and undefeated?
I'm just saying the internet. Okay, the internet, and they're the people that matter. They're the people who watch our show. The internet is saying if Cody wins, we riot. Like Cody needs to understand here. This isn't the time for you, bud. This isn't time for you to come back and get this like glorious victory. No. This is time for you to
come back to avenge his family, gets the win, and then Malachi Black moves on to the next feud. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Like Jericho and MJF.
Stop it.
Jericho lost 3 times to MJF. He beats MJF. MJF is on to the next feud, as we'll talk about later. It's just what it is.
No. Triple H Cody can't keep doing that.
This is what it is, man. It's just what it is. All right? And it's not just Cody. Tony Khan has to approve everything.
Speedy recovery to Triple H. They revealed today that he actually underwent surgery for some kind of a heart episode last week. They kept it under wraps, but
I'm surprised
get well soon to you,
get well soon, Triple H. Yeah. Never want to hear anything bad about that.
Oh no. So it was a good match, and then afterwards we had another something that like yay, but like okay, and that is CM Punk. CM Punk comes out. He is, doing his little thing that he's doing, the happy-go-lucky guy. Talking about like who's going to fight next, who should I go after next, blah 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 blah, and then the voice that you hear when you know you're about to be in a 3-month-long feud with Hook is Taz.
Well, not with Hook, but with the team.
Yeah, but
So
the team Taz, like, I mean, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt here that like Punk knows what he's doing, but like these team Taz views are not like
listen,
compelling.
I enjoyed the Darby Allin one. The
After a while, it was like move on.
the Brian Cage one's still kind of going on, so I'm a little thrown off by
Yeah, so I'm
what's going
saying,
on
where's
there.
that? Like, is
So
he just decided he's done with that feud?
Well, no, unless you get CM Punk and Brian Cage teaming up to take on Ricky Starks and Will Hobbs.
A Cage Punk.
Yep, the Punk Cage.
Punk
So I watched a couple of his interviews, and I don't remember him mentioning any four of those guys at all. He mentioned Daniel Bryan in the Renee one, so that's how you knew Daniel Bryan was coming. He was a tag team. He was a team with the American Dragon. I don't remember. I saw a couple of those. I can't remember which one it was, and never heard any of those names. So, like, if he had said Hook, or if he said Hooker, if he had said Will Hobbs, he said Ricky Starks. If he pretended to say that, I could have understood Taz jumping in. The whole jumping part, and I've heard it in interviews. Listen, man, I listened to the interviews. I'm sorry, I missed it. And if I missed it, where was that interview? I will say to end it up like again, there are certain feuds I don't mind, and like so they do drag out a lot longer. But the lines that he ended with using Taz's lines against him was by far the best moment of the entire thing.
Oh yeah, and so I'm going to give this a shot. I'm not saying like F this is done, and I don't want to hear about it anymore. But I'm just very about it. Okay, like it's because I just don't want it to be something that becomes a real poop shoot. Because I love Taz. I love Ricky Starks. Hobbs is good at what he does. Hook annoys me.
Hasn't done anything yet.
He just looks like Marco Stunt with an afro. Like
just taller.
I just would rather see Punk do something else with someone else. I don't even know who. I have no idea
someone who. Which one?
Just
one.
Not. I mean, if it's wind up being like him and Ricky Starks, okay, I'm in. I'm in for that. I feel like that could be a really good match. I don't know. I don't know how Punk is going to react to someone who's so green, like Hobbs. Hobbs is still like he's still not like and a big guy. So like it really limits the moveset you're gonna have.
It's more or less the big guy. The green part, I mean, I think Hobbs has come a long way from when he came in. I think he's actually
without doubt
been performing.
Awesome.
Out of all the guys performing, he's performing like really, really well. So I don't like out of all like the greener ones, like he's definitely. I think Hobbs is definitely above all that. Like he's caught on really well, and I think he's progressed a ton since he first hopped on the scene. Like I mean, after the second match, they basically wanted to sign him because he was actually doing really, really well. So and he's only gotten better from there. Like I just don't know. Like you said, I don't know how. I mean, Punk's edition looked pretty good for the most part. It was like he said, he was like riding a buck again. He looked good in that match on Sunday. But you could tell he's somewhat fatigued, which I understand. Trust me, I understand that.
No, brother.
I don't know the fight with the both of them and how that'll mesh at the beginning.
Yeah.
So, but listen, we gotta trust Punk. You got, like I said, you gotta trust Punk and what he's doing.
At least at first. I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. Give it the shot. Let's see what happens. So that segment was what it was. Then we had a Tony Schiavone in the back, speaking with Ruby Soho, the newly debuted Ruby Soho. The things I took from this was Britt and the gang came in. The DMDs, I'm going to call them because they don't have a name.
Britt and the DMDs. It's like Adam Cole and the Bebes, you know?
Yeah, Adam Cole and the Bebes, Britt Baker and the DMDs, not the DDs. Good Lord. This isn't the Attitude Era.
Jeff crossing that line already. All right.
Right. Already. Here we go. We're done.
You're turning the JR on us, aren't you? Love JR.
God damn it.
Much love the JR. You go join the shower too?
That was so good. So Britt comes up and Ruby starts laughing at her, saying, like, I broke you into this business, and I know you say you're the baddest bitch on the block, but this is my block now. And then Britt the
Great line.
savage that Britt is, okay? Savage on 1,000 trillion. Britt hits her with, how about your name is the Runaway? How about you run away back to catering where you spent the last 4 years of your life?
She got.
And I was like, oh, okay.
She threw shots. She threw shots
Yeah,
hard.
I was like, good on her, man. Good on her to fire that, man. So it was a nice. There's a nice little intro to Ruby on the mic because she needs to. You could tell she was a little bit nervous, but like she really kind of looked like she did feel at home on the mic because like it's the same thing as anybody else. Like the mic is live and the mic is not pre-scripted, so like go do your thing.
Here you go. Read this. It's literally here you go. Read this on top
unless you're Max Caster on Dark, then you have your own scripted rep. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
That was the best. That was the best. Did you watch
He said, and we're here to say you're competitive. What?
What?
Please watch Roach to the Top on
TNT. And then he was like,
he said, you have a small peen.
He came back. I'll try not to be too offensive. I was like, ooh. He was on Ethan Page's vlog this week, by the way. He was doing a rap concert. He went at a lot of people. He went at a lot of it was as good as it always is.
Good. But I'm glad he's back. Sorry to get off that as dark, fellas and fellettes. To all
we
gotta
bring. Listen, we're gonna bring some dark elevation into this conversation tonight, as we always do. We keep you informed on what's going on in between all the shows to get you to where we were tonight. So yes, Britt Baker, DMD, and the DMDs went after Ruby.
Yeah, so that was their little backstage pull back up. It's
promo thing.
The Hobbs versus Dante Martin. Hobbs dominated in this. Martin obviously got his spots in to show how good he is. Still showcasing the shit out of him.
Yep.
Just
rightfully so.
Did not get the W here because it's obvious if you're about to have a feud with CM Punk, don't have Team Taz guys losing left and right. It doesn't make any sense.
You know, it sounds good, and you would think
it sounds
people
very
would do
elementary, and like that's how you would work a wrestling company.
That is exactly how you would do it. But hey, sometimes you don't see that. But yes, you didn't expect Hobbs to lose after the whole calling out of Taz.
Yeah,
CM
you
Punk.
Can't have him call out CM Punk, best in the world, and then turn around and Hobbs lose to 20-year-old Dante Martin. Okay,
who is
Dante
a phenomenal superstar, by the way.
But that's not what they're doing it the correct way.
You can't build it. Yeah, you can't build the feud and go, wait, you want me to fight you, but you just lost to him? Like, come on now. I mean, it makes perfect sense.
And Hobbs is like 15-2. I think I saw the standings.
Yeah, he has a loss to Brian Cage, and
I don't know who the second one is.
The other one is
all year. He probably had a goofy loss. Might have been another Cage loss. For all we know, like in one of them goofy matches.
Nah, it could have been a it was a singles run, right? It wasn't like a tag team match that they lost.
Yeah, I think it was anyway.
The only thing I think was if he took on Lance Archer or something like that.
If it's overall record, then wouldn't it be the Sting match?
He wasn't in that. That was Ricky Starks.
That was Ricky Starks and Cage. I don't know. Yeah. Whatever. I'm not worried about it. So they're building up Hobbs enough to become that kind of a monster guy, and I'm pumped out. Right after this, we had the Dan Lambert promo. Basically, now he's in the rafters yelling, just yelling about the same thing
without the face paint, and is just angry all the time.
Just angry. Shivani was correct. He said he's like the angry old man yelling at a cloud, and it's kind of.
I love Shivani. I love Shivani. By the way, before we get any further, congratulations to Excalibur on getting married soon, which is why Taz is on commentary. Got to do that. It just for some reason
Shivani their Excalibur, but congratulations. Obviously.
So I'm assuming we'll see you for the next couple of weeks, but
congratulations
and enjoy your wedding and honeymoon and everything else, man. But yes, the Rafters was something else.
The Raptors, yes.
But he he did his promo that he always does. He calls everyone puny little pathetic people and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, everybody's bad. Blah 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 blah. Okay, got it. Wasn't much to talk about.
Not until they put into action their words.
We are now after that we are made aware that the Orange Cassidy and Matt Hardy feud is not over.
Oh, I know you were excited about this.
It's not over.
I told you it wasn't over.
Why?
Because
They're going to have a hair match.
you didn't see the pre-match on it was they tried to cut Orange Cassidy's hair on the pre-show.
Hair match. That doesn't make any sense.
We're shaving. Orange Cassidy wants to go bald. That's what we're saying.
Or Matt Hardy wants to go bald.
Come on now. He's gonna pull the Cody Rhodes on this one.
Oh, God damn it! I hope not.
I just listen.
Yeah,
Matt Hardy was
no.
Matt Hardy, and I love Matt Hardy too. I'm just saying everything's, but Matt Hardy has lost enough, and I think he does need to get his one up on Cassidy here.
If you think
to end the feud, you gotta have it. Like otherwise, what's the point of continuing this feud? He's already lost to him. The whole entire Hardy HFO have been losing for Pete's sakes at this point.
They pretty much just leave. That's what they just it's a every match for them is kind of it's a lot of talented people just not working. It's just they got to figure it out, and it's just not out. It just maybe I think the group's too big, to be honest with you. So it's too many weird parts.
It needs to get bigger. It needs to just take over all of AEW.
And they were just going to just rename AEW the HFO Dynamite. No.
Yeah.
I love Matt Hardy, but this is it. This ain't it. Move on.
This is it.
God damn it.
Matt Hardy.
WWE, just release Jeff Hardy so that we can go back to the brothers doing magical things. Just do that. You're releasing everybody else. You literally just gave us Adam Cole, baby. So, give us Jeff Hardy, baby. You understand Jeff Hardy?
You released Ruby Soho. Look where Ruby Soho's in a title picture right now. All right? First
Jeff
time
Hardy
on the thing.
Physically was in the 24/7 chase.
Oh my God! Don't I don't want to talk about that.
He was one of the guys.
He went from
Reginald.
beating Karrion Kross,
yes,
to then chasing Reginald for this 24/7. It is the lowest I've ever seen. All right, lowest I've ever seen. I don't know what WWE's booking is doing.
Might as well just sit in catering there and do that. That's your option.
Just pull a Ruby Soho, as DMD Britt Baker said. Just sit in catering for the rest of your contract at this point.
That shit.
It was so sad to see that because he is still very talented.
Yeah,
but we're getting off track, man.
We'll see it. So next up on the agenda, don't worry, guys. This won't be too long anyway. We're at 20 minutes. We aim for around 35 for a Dynamite if possible. If we go over, we go over.
But you enjoy hearing us talk. What it is, everybody?
Heck yeah. So next up, a man, maybe. MJF gets a live mic. And he's angry.
Wow,
And he destroys Cincinnati, Brian Pillman's entire family.
Oh, this was bad.
He did not hold back a single. Aunt Linda was in the crowd.
Yes.
And if you saw Dark Side of the
CM
Ring,
Punk, we didn't point out that CM Punk thanked him. Thanks,
100% correct. She is a goddamn angel. She's the poor woman who had to go to the hospital when Brian Pillman crashed his car and was intensive care, where he had to get his face had to get pulled back and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Aunt Linda was the one who had to go see him like that. Aunt Linda was the one who had to go identify the body of Brian Pillman when he died. Aunt Linda took in the kids. So
yes. Aunt Linda did everything.
Is literally an angel.
She's an angel. CM Punk thanked her at the beginning of his thing, but MJF just railed into
that's Brian Pillman's daughter. That's his actual daughter.
Yeah, it's Brian Pillman's daughter, right?
From a different, Pillman's daughter from a different mom, but yeah.
He railed into her, but her line back to him, I gotta say that was good.
Yeah, she said, "I'm the daughter of the loose cannon Brian Pillman," and he's
shit. He's like, just shut him up. And then she flipped them all. It was like, boom.
Yeah, she hit him with a double bird, and then Brian Pillman Jr. came out.
Finally, Jr. came out.
A little Cincinnati. I like that AEW.
They built the hometown
guys some cool stuff. So it was cool for Brian Pillman to get if this is a feud, I'm in.
I am cool. I'm waiting for Wardlow to destroy MJF. By the way, I thought it was going to massacre him tonight. I thought he was going to beat him up.
Behind. I thought he was going to when he went to pull apart Pillman.
I thought he was going to attack MJF
pull
himself.
Pillman off and then just fucking wail in himself.
Exactly. I thought the same thing.
But it's coming, and I love how they keep a slow burn because for the last few, maybe a month
because he's under MJF right now. Supposedly, he's not hired by AEW.
MJF has been literally nudging him whenever possible and saying ignorant stuff right to his face. So the more ignorance he's showing, eventually Wardlow's going to be like, nope, and that's going to be your big match. Is going to be the MJF Wardlow feud, which I'm in 400%
we'll probably
also.
The
I think
we
get a little
Blondes taking on MJF and Wardlow right now.
Wardlow. Maybe that will create the turmoil that is needed between needed for that. But yeah, so this was that was a nutty segment. MJF called Cincinnati shit Cincinnati. Which,
good line.
That's a good call.
It's a good line.
Yeah.
Sorry, Cincinnati. No disrespect.
But yeah,
but
he went
had
after
some good lines on this.
But yeah, this was a promo where you were making this face. Because you were like, ooh.
Did you just say that? Oh, that was good though, but ooh.
Yeah.
Did you cross that line? I may have said that myself one time.
Yeah, he said stuff about aborting kids. He was on his like top heel shtick level.
Yes, but he won't be suspended like Caster for being insensitive.
No, I think I'm pretty sure he runs his shit by Tony.
But I'm just saying he's still insensitive. I'm just putting it out there. Some of the stuff he says can be taken very insensitive.
Yeah, today was a little bit nuts. So after this, we go into Ruby Soho's debut match.
She looked good.
1-on-1 against Jamie Hayter. Very good match. It makes you show how big Jamie Hayter is or how small Ruby Soho is. Either way,
one or the other.
It was a big woman against a tiny woman. It was a good match. Ruby wins. She goes to give Bryce Remsburg a hug again, since that is her buddy. And Ruby gets attacked by Jamie, Rebel, and the Doctor. So the Doctor hits her with the little swinging, perfect looking thing. And then the Cavalry arrives. I knew you probably fell out.
I was so excited when I was confused. So I was excited that I saw Riho come.
Your girl Riho popped out,
and Chris Statlander. I was excited to see both of them out there. I was confused though.
Why she got like crushed like a fucking baby?
No, no, not at all. Not at all. I was confused as to why she came out.
Yeah, I'm very confused by that too.
So looking at it from this, like I know it became between Ruby and Thunder Rosa at the end of that, but I expected to see Thunder Rosa come out because of the respect she gained by losing that. Even though she's upset about it, I figured there's more of a respect because listen, I lost to someone who was was skilled and everything else. Like I thought there was a mutual respect there was going to come out because she hates Britt Baker just as much. The whole enemy, friend of my enemy is my enemy type bullshit.
Right. Yeah.
Enemy, whatever. So, like, I expected that and didn't happen. And I'm like, Riho? Yes, I'm happy to see Riho. I was like, huh. And then I was like, well, wait a minute. There's three of them. You have to have someone else come out then. And then you get Chris Statlander out there. And boom, you're going to have a 3v3 match eventually, I'm thinking. Six-man tag. Six-woman tag.
A six-woman tag's coming up to start this to kind of keep this thing going. But
yeah, I was really hoping it was the Inspiration, though. I'm not going to lie. I was hoping they popped out to rescue her.
Yeah, give the goddamn company a break. Okay, they can't sign everybody every day. Bray Wyatt.
No, their Inspiration's they're actually doing like small shows right now, from what I heard.
Bray Wyatt and Kevin Owens. Now Kevin Owens is ready.
Yeah, but Kevin Owens is January. That Matt Rushmore tweet was hilarious, though.
That's going to be great.
If Mount Rushmore reunites,
and then that's how you take out the Elite. They break down through Kenny's ego. The Bucks and Adam Cole break off, and when they think they're about to be outnumbered by the Elite, as Gallows, Anderson, and Omega, and Knock, and Cutler are all doing
Cutler
their
will
thing.
Be with the Young Bucks. Come on now.
I know.
It was funny. So we'll get to that.
Here comes Kevin Steen.
Steen in the building, baby. Let's get it.
Start stunning everybody.
I'm excited to see. I'm assuming we're going to see Kevin Steen in AEW. I really am. I'm going to accept that for Revolution.
He's done all he can do. I was actually watching your boys' What Culture today, and
my boys' What Culture.
He was doing the fantasy
booking Carlos?
Of him. What's going on, Carlos? And where he was saying if Kevin Owens debuted in AEW, and it's just like it makes too much sense not to. I didn't know he only won one Universal title the entire time. There was that one with the Triple H turned on Seth. That's nuts.
Yeah,
Tell me that he's. Come on,
that
man.
out of how many times that they've changed titles in that company, for him to not have gotten it is just beyond.
Just a one time. That was it.
Beyond everything. So
Incredible.
Again, see guys, we keep getting off track of certain things, but they'll eventually get back together. The Ruby Soho match was good. We're gonna probably see a 6-woman tag coming up soon with those 6 women.
Of course.
Jamie Hayter didn't look. I mean, for her second match since coming back, she didn't look too rusty. I mean, she also looked pretty good.
No, it was a very good women's match. It was a refreshing women's match. No offense, but like just you see the same faces around, so it's nice to kind of see newer faces going.
You know what a good match is? If any of you haven't seen it yet, go to Dark and watch that 3 falls with Big Swole and Diamante. That was a good match. I can't remember what they called it, but it was pinfall, submission, and then the last one was knockout. Depending on how it went.
A lot of people said a lot of people
it was
were
good.
on the internet saying that that should have been on.
That should have been on Dynamite match or Rampage.
Put that on Dynamite.
It should have been on Dynamite or Rampage.
Right.
Here's the problem. I agree, but like what we talk about the other things, people don't watch those shows as much, so they put that on there. They're like, wait, what is this feud about? Yeah, you can show that great
sometimes
package.
You don't need the feud won't be as terrifying if you can just if you deliver that excellent match that they did. Come on now, I think that's if the match was delivered and
the match delivered phenomenal.
Good wrestling, exactly.
It was a phenomenal match.
The big Soul
like Carlos said,
that
Big Soul match was good. I mean, Carlos agrees with us. It was a good match. And look ahead, it was a great match. I agree. It definitely should have been on there. But remember what was the other feud earlier in the year? And everyone was complaining like, oh my God, where did this even come from? And it came from Dark and Dark Elevation. And people were complaining that I got put on Dynamite.
Right.
So I think that was the reason behind it. But like, I agree. I thought that match should have been mainstream.
Just put on there, let them go.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that at the very end, Carlos, with who those 4 women you're talking about right there.
Yeah. I think the big reason that like you couldn't put that on this Dynamite was like, as you can tell from here on out, basically, it is jam packed with how do we get all of our debuts on one spot.
Well, yeah, and it's basically them talking. It's them talking. But you could have used Rampage because at the time, until tonight, they had no third match for Rampage, and I think Rampage would have loved that match.
Yeah, I would have done it, but it was what it was. Next up, we had the Pinnacle, which was Spears and FTR going up against the Dark Order members, Silver, Uno, and Grayson. They did not get along at all.
So
they all came out and beat each other up. So Pinnacle took care of them because they could not get on the same page at all.
Because Paige is not there, that's why.
So they started fighting each other at the end. Literally, they're putting suplexes and stuff on each other, taking each other out. Anna Jay and Ty Conti have to come out and yell at them. They all are ashamed because she gave them the "I'm not mad, I'm disappointed" face.
Yeah, that face. You know that face. We all know that face, guys. We all know.
We know we're done. Okay, and they all you heard was them all going Anna.
So here, so that right there, that is what I'm talking about right there. People who don't follow Dark and Dark Elevation don't know what happened on Dark. It was Dark that match happened, right? I'm thinking of that.
Yeah.
And I mean, they've been showing bits and pieces on AEW, but the missing link to this whole thing is Uno and Five fought each other.
Yeah.
Like they fought each other on Dark, and Uno didn't want to fight him. Didn't want to fight him. That was this whole thing. Did not want to fight him. He ended up fighting him because he just got pissed off because Five just wasn't giving up. And he goes, listen, this is what you want. This is what you want. And then beat his ass. But yet then Five is upset. You wanted the match.
Right.
I don't see the big deal. And so it's Five, Silver, and 10 who went one way, and Cabana and Grayson and Evil Uno went the other way. So the fact that they put Silver in this match with them two, I was surprised about, because why wouldn't you just use Colt as well so that you had those 3 again if they're so separated? But they wanted to fight.
Try to prove that they'll be okay. And I think Carlos is correct here with, I think that you're going to see them be a complete wreck, and then they're going to have Adam Hangman Page come back and truly bring them all back together.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
Even JR said tonight they have no true leader. So that already is planting the seed for him coming back.
For him or for Bray Wyatt to lead?
Bray is, I forget how many more days he has left on his 90 day. So it could be him too. It could be someone's going to come through.
You had Brody, and then you have Bray, who were a faction in another company. I mean, I think he'll fit better with Impact. I'm not going to lie, but I'm just saying there is that possibility. But no, I agree. I agree, Carlos. I think Page is the one to bring them back together once he comes off maternity leave, or the storyline. The storyline of him need to take a break because of him taking the L's and having them lose a tag title opportunity. So
100%.
I agree, and I think that's what we'll get to. But it's one of those feuds that build up from Dark and Dark Elevations. Why you gotta keep track of that stuff to see what's coming and where it came from, so that you enjoy the match as well as why the story is being told. And they do a great job of telling stories.
That is one thing they do very well. So we're going to see where that goes. Is the Dark Order breaking up? Will I have to get rid of this purple and black layout? This is our Dark Order layout.
It won't, because I tell you, even on Dark, they said please don't fight. Dark was all about them not fighting. The fans don't want to see the Dark Order split up. There's no way Tony Khan listens to his fans. The Dark Order needs to listen to their fans, or I'm going to take my championship belt that I have still holding and will be holding for another 2 months, and then even more months after that. Because I beat you in our picks. So there's that. So what's the next segment there, Jeff?
I almost muted the hell out of you. I almost hit the mute button.
Don't hate. Don't hate. Appreciate.
So next up, we had the Holy Shit Excitement Hour. This is where the debuts all came together. First, the Elite come out. The Elite without Adam Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Baby. They come out to talk their ish. It was very glitchy at this point, so I didn't hear all of that.
It was Don Callis come out to speak his ish, and then I think it was Nick who grabbed Matt. No, it was Nick. Nick grabbed the microphone and said, No. Let's bring out our man who came back and joined the family. Yes. Blah, blah, blah. Adam Cole, baby. And then he comes out and he does his spiel. Do you notice when he does his whole spiel, right? He leaves out Gallows and
I was gonna say, you notice that I was waiting for what his compliment to them was going to be,
and it was nothing.
And he kept saying the Elite is good, and the Elite is complete, and not a damn word about the two gentlemen that are standing back there.
Well, because technically they're not with AEW.
Yeah, but they're all Bullet Club with you.
No, I agree, but I don't know if they
ran the same roads.
I don't know if they were on the WWE feud that they didn't get along. I thought the same thing. I thought it was. I'm like, wait, so what happened to Doc Gallows?
Yeah, I was waiting for Doc Gallows. I thought they were gonna say and two of the best international tag teams,
something.
The best international tag team in the world,
the best Impact guys. Just throw Impact in there under the name.
Any kind of a bone that they did not throw at them too. So we'll see. Maybe that's part of the split. Maybe he just wants the Bucks back.
I still think we see a trios tag title come out with Cole and the Bucks getting that after losing their tag titles.
I'll take it.
I'm still saying we're gonna get that.
I'm still gonna be down for some singles matches first, though. But
I wonder who's taking on next week. They didn't say it.
It's already been announced.
Did they announce it?
Kazarian.
Ooh,
Frank, because he got him during the.
Well, he hit him. He hit him back kick in the back of the head. Later,
yes. We will get to that. Thank you.
Well, actually, Jungle Boy
got to reel them back.
I'm just saying, Jungle Boy beat him up first. I'm going to put it out there.
Yeah, but you don't want to give that. We're not giving that away yet. Come on now. So after this, Adam, we have Kenny then takes the after story time with Adam Cole.
What we forgot, he did the story time. But yeah, but you missed it. He took the story time with Adam Cole, but Adam Cole looks at Tony Schiavone and says, "I see the way you look at my girl. Get the hell out of my ring before I kick your ass," basically. And so I don't know if you listen to Tony Schiavone's podcast or anything. He went on his podcast and said that he was talking with Britt This was before he premiered. And then he said to Britt Baker, and Britt goes, "Hey, here's Adam." And he said, "If I ever see you, I'm gonna kick your ass, Adam." And then he said, and then he was like, "Oh, he's a really good guy, all that fun stuff." But he said he was gonna kick his ass. And Adam Cole turned around and said this tonight. So I'm just saying, Tony Schiavone, Adam Cole, book it.
That was such a nice touch because you totally like. I didn't put 2 and 2 together when he walked up to Tony Schiavone.
I knew right away, man.
I was sitting there like, why is he like eyeballing him like that? Like, leave Schiavone alone. And then I was like, oh yeah, that's his best friend. All right, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So that was a cool heel move by.
I liked it.
That was a cool heel move by.
I thought Schiavone was gonna cry or piss his pants. I really did.
Yeah,
he looked so scared.
That's my girl. And then JR was like, "Don't you take Rebel? I get showers with her."
He did not say that.
He did the other night, or he was thinking about it, or they hit the mute button.
Well, he said it out loud. No, he said it out loud. He did say that.
He says some out loud things.
So Kenny Omega got the mic. So go from there. Sorry, yes. I couldn't leave off the Tony Schiavone part, man. That was a great part.
No, I'm glad. I don't know why I didn't write that part down. So Kenny takes the mic and he says, "You know what he hates? Interruptions." And guess what? As soon as he says it, he gets interrupted.
What do we get?
Again.
Interruptions.
Brian Danielson. And
yes.
JR said, "It's Brian," and then left it because he had to remember. Because he already made a comment earlier in the night where he said, because Taz said something wrong. He said, "Don't worry, someone will tell you on Twitter. They tell me every time I mess anything up." So before you know it, he's going to be and I will call him Daniel Bryanson at some point because it's just too hard to figure out.
You do it all the time. I don't. You just did it. I call him Brian Danielson. I have gotten it right since we've been doing this. Surprisingly enough.
He's debuted 2 days ago.
I'm still pretty good about it. I'm the one who sucks at saying people's names.
The Red Dragon.
Yes.
It's easy to say. Okay. Man still won't wear his damn shirt. Still won't wear his shirt.
All about the white tee. Man, it was the white tee battle gang. Tonight. That's what it was.
It was. Because then Omega's like, "Nah, I got V-necks on this thing."
He took off his yellow jacket to reveal his white tee.
To let you know, I also sweep V's. And
armbarred.
So Brian Danielson comes in the ring, and he makes it interesting because I was confused that he's just walking in looking like he's going to fight for the title. When wins and losses matter here in AEW. Now, this is not the E. We don't do that here. And he said, like, even Omega said, "That's not how it works around here. That's not how it works." And then he tried to hit him with some reverse psychology. It was like, well, what it sounds like to me is you're just not on my level.
Yeah, he got that. That was a good one.
And then it was like, oh, and then they started brawling.
After he got named number one. I think I named number one in the PW top 500.
Which last year was Moxley, right?
Moxley was last year.
Yeah. Whoever has the best championship run in AEW gets the championship.
It seems to be that way. It wasn't even a brawl.
Lashley was third.
Was he?
It wasn't. I hate it when one leg just decided to come out.
So it wasn't a brawl. It was Kenny went to attack him and then he put him in the armbar and then they just beat him up.
Yeah. And then they beat him up, and then here comes the entire Jurassic Express. The Jurassic Express we just consider is Christian just
Frankie Kazarian and Christian both popped up too.
Yeah, they just all Jurassic.
No, they just hate the Elite.
While you were watching this brawl, right, ensue as everybody came in, and I know it's going to be on Being the Elite next week, which is going to make me happy.
I can't wait
when Marco hopped on him. And he just started going like this, and you saw Cutler go down like super slow, and he had his camera out as
the whole time.
As Marco was taking him out like a Mountain Dew spider monkey.
But the best is like we'll see that, but we'll also see when he gets surrounded by everybody and then gets kicked in the face. He gets kneed in the face with the camera. Doesn't drop the camera. He gets kneed in the face with the camera in his head, falls back, and then crawls out the ring. I was dying. I'm like, he is not doing this. He will
do anything to get that footage for BTE.
It was great.
The unsung hero BTE is Mr. Brandon Cutler. But,
yes, he is.
But there was a good brawl, and obviously this here is when Kazarian gives a nice scissors kick to Cole to knock him out the ring.
Back of his head, they said.
So Adam Cole's opponent next week will be Frankie Kazarian. It is booked, like Carlos said.
As you and Carlos both told me. I missed that part.
I'm excited that they're going to put that there right away. Like, let's get Adam Cole in the ring. Show everybody what he does.
Let's put Adam Cole up against a guy who is really good, number one. And number two, doesn't have many losses.
No.
But I don't see them giving Adam Cole a loss here.
No, and he's a good vet, so it's perfect for him. And if he takes a loss, it's not going to be terrible. So Adam Cole can get his win because Arian is still strong. It's no biggie. So then we have the main event. As you notice that what's his name says that now on Rampage. Mark Henry ends every Rampage. Yeah, he does like the main event has like a double screen. Yeah. And him in the middle. They ask him a question. And
I know he does that.
All right. We're done the talking. It's time for the main event.
Yep.
Cool.
I do like that. Before each main event, they do that.
Yeah, it gives it a different feel for Rampage. It's
love Mark Henry.
Cool. Give it. So we have Jon Moxley. He comes running out like a crazy person, and Minoru Suzuki. This is the main event. It is just two men who want to injure each other.
Yes, and you know how you brought up the fact of when a Rhodes is in the ring, there's blood. But whenever Mox is in a ring, someone's bleeding.
Also blood. Yeah.
Just gonna say that there.
Usually the other person.
Well, no, his arm was bleeding on Sunday night.
Moxley's elbow was leaking like a faucet.
But this time it wasn't him.
No, he really eye. He gashed him, right?
Yo, that eye, it was all like up in there, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. It was just a physical match. It was
a great match.
It was literally a physical match where just a lot of those tests of strength kind of things. There's I'm going to punch you, you're going to punch me, I'm going to headbutt you, you're going to headbutt me. I'm going to bite you in the face, and you're going to bite me in the face. Not like you aren't going to see a crazy technical wrestling match if that's what you're looking for.
No. This is hard hitting, silly. Like death match sort of ish fighting, like just straight up brawling. Like Carlos said, it was a match, and it was a fantastic match if you ask me. As always. I mean, this is the fuse that you get with him.
Feel. Jon Moxley's getting so excited when he does paradigm shifts now that it's just German suplexes.
It's not a paradigm shift. It's a complete rotation. He's just completely up and drops them back behind him.
Whenever I'm dropping people on the head, just
the best. Like they're like, oh, here's the paradigm shift. Oh no, he went all the way through.
Let's just go with it. Well, and earlier in the night, as a weird. This is when you miss Excalibur, but this wasn't even a move Excalibur needed to be explained. Did you notice during the Hobbs match when Hobbs beat Dante Martin, he hit him with that. The big spine buster. Shivani and JR, without being corrected, multiple times called it a power bomb. It's not a power bomb.
It's just let it go. You just let it go.
And I think at that time, Taz tried just looking like that's not a power. Never mind. Whatever. Paul, this is ridiculous. Yeah. Shivani, if this was dark, I've been on you about. Him and Excalibur would have laughed about that. But that was a weird thing. But back to the match.
They did it on another move too. I want to say they did the same thing. They called the wrong move.
But big boy match. A lot of punching, kicking, crazy two paradigm shifts. One would look like he was like a snap over, and then the second one he just kind of like he just flipped his ass all over. And he basically did a double. He did a double underhook suplex, basically, is what I like to call that one. And we're just calling it the same move, even though it looks different. So that was how they closed out the night. There's no swervy swerves, nothing crazy. There's no plans for Moxley at the moment. He's just going to beat up New Japan guys.
It's fine with me.
It was a home show. He doesn't have to be a part of anything crazy. One other note that I did not write down, but just remember now, it does look like there's a slight chance that you're going to see Eddie Kingston get his second match against Miro at Grand Slam.
Oh yeah, and I guarantee he wins it. He wins that.
Yeah. They let him cut a promo about his whole thing, and then Miro said, my nuts also hurt afterwards, but I got them taken care of by my wife.
Yeah, well, you knew that was coming. I mean, you saw the Twitter when she won anyway. Yeah, when he won, she said it.
Yeah, she's a little bit. That's some nutty stuff.
Yeah, nutty.
So that was our Dynamite for this Wednesday.
Another great Dynamite
after a pay-per-view. So You know how they kind of do this. It's going to be unfolding some different feuds and kind of getting them rolling. They don't have as much time as usual, so I think you're going to see a little bit different way of them building the feuds because normally you have that 3 to 4 month ratio, and this one they have a couple months. They have 2 months. 2 months and some change.
So I was looking back
the whole thing together.
I was looking back at the history of that, and it's always in November, and it's always about a 2-month difference. So I'm quite confused by that.
What was off then? All Out?
No, All Out was also the same time. It was maybe like a week earlier.
They said this is a date change.
No, when I looked at So originally that was supposed to be the week before. They pushed it a week back. That's what happened with Full Gear. It was actually a week earlier, and they pushed it a week back.
Okay.
Is what happened with that.
Yeah, that makes sense then. It was very confusing.
It was falling in line with another pay-per-view. That's why they had to move it though. I do remember that. Your boy Dan Lambert. His pay-per-view was the week before. That's what happened. So they pushed it.
Well, it totally makes sense. Actually, it makes complete sense. So that was our episode of AEW Dynamite for this Wednesday, 9/8, September the 8th.
September the 8th, the champ is in the building. But before we forget, I just want to touch on what Carlos said about Charlotte, Sasha, and Alexa going to AEW. Possibly Charlotte. Yes, I could see that. Yep. Sasha, yeah, maybe. Alexa, I don't know as much because I feel like that's a Vince girl right there, so I can't see Alexa ever jumping ship.
I think no, because Alexa isn't
Carlos, but I just don't see that one.
Alexa's not a wrestler. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's an entertainer.
Yeah.
So she's right in her wheelhouse. That's what she's supposed to do.
And again,
she does very well.
Vince loves her, so I don't see her going anywhere. I mean, she's
well at what she does. She likes what she does. She doesn't have to. To come to AEW, you're a wrestler. The wrestlers come to AEW because they want to.
Yeah. I mean, she's a wrestler, but she's not at that. She's not there. She's more of a showman. Like the story. She's more of a showman. She's good, but she's more of a showman. Yeah.
Yeah. We're like today we had literally the only feud that goes on between Dustin and Malachi is related to his brother, but the match story in the ring
was told
still made it beautifully without them having to have any promos against each other other than one little one where Dustin just said, "I'm going to kick your ass."
Yeah, that was it. It was just all about the match and the way they moved and fought. And they told a story with their wrestling, which is what majority, like Jeff does point out, that's what a lot of AEW wrestlers do. So Charlotte and Sasha do that as well, though. Yes, I heard you. You're a child. You understand this, Jeff. Again, why I'm the champ, why you're not the champ. But
he said, dude,
I could see Charlotte and Sasha because they are actual wrestlers more or less than entertainers as much. They do have the skills in the ring that they actually do test more. So again, those are two ones. I would love to see a Paige, the female wrestler Paige, come over to AEW because she was a phenomenal wrestler.
Yes, and I feel like she would do well in that kind of.
From what I heard, she wants to go to AEW. She's trying to come back, or she wants to go to WWE. She is trying to come back. She's trying to get cleared by the doctors, but she wants to go back to WWE. She doesn't say anything about coming to AEW, but that could be a whole swerve, which I'm cool with.
There's always a change.
A good wrestler, and I would love to see her in that women's picture too. I think that'd be a great. I think that would set her up a lot better as well.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, so we have a lot to look forward to. Rampage, I don't have the lineup on me, but you guys know how to look at it. It's a pretty cool stack lineup. Obviously, we will have the El Idolo and Pac match finally.
That's going to be the banger of the match right there. I mean, the entire card. That's the final match, I'm assuming, anyway.
I think it is, yeah. I would assume that would be your main event for that night. Hopefully.
I'm trying to remember who the other ones were.
Really quick here.
That's what I was looking for. I can't remember. It's some weird match I think that's coming up on there. There's nothing like crazy.
Yeah, it's not.
Usually there's definitely there's almost always
a Darby match too, isn't there?
Darby's got another match?
Yeah, I feel like there's a Darby match.
That was last week.
Who the hell? Someone challenged Darby Allin to a match tonight. I don't remember it.
Everyone challenges Darby Allin to a match every night, I feel like.
But yeah. But We'll figure it out.
Also, just to note, thanks, Carlos. We appreciate it. Just to note, the AEW 2.0 show was 2 days ago at this point, or yesterday.
Yeah.
The gameplay for that new AEW game looks fantastic, and the updates for the mobile game look phenomenal. I know we haven't got any content on the mobile game. I am trying to work on that in the next couple of days. Just been really, really crazy busy. But we appreciate you guys tuning in to the show because we can't find, for some reason, the Rampage card real quick. But we'll hopefully be back maybe Friday night for a quick Rampage review. Jeff, what do you think?
We can try it. We'll have to see where our life takes us. Yeah. Maybe we will be on for a good old Rampage debut, for a Rampage thing. If not, what we're going to do is during this review, I will try to either me or you, we'll at least gather the Rampage results from the week before, and we can always just do like a quick Rampage rundown in the beginning or something like that if we had to. It'd literally be like a 20-minute review if we did it because it's only an hour. It's only so much being told in 3 matches. So
it's 3 matches and then some stuff on the side.
We'll figure something out, guys. We're really doing. We're trying our best here. We're starting to put together some rhythm here and some momentum. We hope you guys totally enjoyed it. We spoke for an hour almost about Dynamite, and we only spoke for an hour and 14 minutes about a 4-hour pay-per-view. So we got off track a lot, but
you guys
enjoyed it. Yeah,
but we connected the dots at the same time.
A lot of dots, a lot of those, and we connected them. But again, thank you everybody for tuning in. He is Ryan.
I am the champ.
And he is our champ still.
And he is Jeff over that away. And we will see you on the next review.
Yes. I will see you in a jiffy. All right, guys. See you next week. Laters.